Shalom, everybody. Nice to see you again. This episode, I want to talk about Solomon and basically his son, Rehoboam. Now, Rehoboam was, I could say a foolish king, foolish for many reasons. But, anyways, let me try to get the basics down for you first. Solomon, of course, the wisest man who ever lived, besides Yeshua, king of a united kingdom of Israel. Did wonders. Powerful nation, wealth, alliances with neighbors, peace with them. Um, anyways, Solomon, in his older ages, he married pagan women. Now, these pagan women turned his heart away from Yahweh and to their gods, their national gods. And Yahweh wasn't pleased with that. So he told Solomon before he died he's going to take the kingdom away from him, but leave him with one tribe. Um, that was a punishment for his disobedience. But anyways, when he passed away, Rehoboam took over, and he said to what the Bible seems like he was like a young, experienced, cocky little guy. And when Jeroboam, he was sort of like a overseer of the labor or something when Solomon was alive, and um, he petitioned for Solomon to lighten up the load or something. And anyways, Solomon thought he was a threat and he wanted to kill him. So Jeroboam fled to the sanctuary of Egypt with Pharaoh. Now Pharaoh was the father-in-law of Solomon. Solomon married one of his daughters for a political alliance. Now, first thing Solomon's mistake was, besides the Yahweh thing, was he didn't he whatsoever he moved her out of Jerusalem, away from the holy temple and everything, because she was, well, a pagan, and I'm sure that Pharaoh didn't like that. It was like a disrespect. You don't do that to royalty, especially my line. And the second one was he didn't put an heir of the Pharaoh's grandson on the throne of United Israel. Now that really would have upset Pharaoh, of course. So that brings us back to Jeroboam. He's a fugitive from Solomon and the kingdom, and Pharaoh didn't turn him in. He took him in. So while he's down there, he must have learned the pagan rituals and worship down there of the Egyptian gods. Um, anyways, he was down there for a while. Solomon, of course, passed away. Rehoboam, he came in and took over, was cocky, and Jeroboam come back, and he petitioned again. He said, with the chieftains of the northern tribes, said, lighten our load and we will serve you. So he goes to the older counselors, probably like Solomon had, and they told him, yeah, just lighten the load up, just help him out, don't burden him too much with taxes or work or anything. So I think he disregarded him a little bit. He went down to his younger ones, inexperienced counselors, and they told him, no, you give him more burden. You put on more. And he went with that. So that's what divided, the kingdom up. The 10 tribes up to the north area, and then you had Judah and Benjamin stuck with them, and later on the Levites. But anyways, Rehoboam, he didn't like that, and he's going to wage war on the rebellion. But Yahweh told him, don't do that to your brothers. And for some reason, Rehoboam, he obeyed. He obeyed him. He obeyed the one Almighty, and he didn't do that. So the northern kingdom was separated, and they were two different people. And Jeroboam, of course, was a pagan with that Egyptian influence. So he started setting up golden cows and all these pagan things of Egypt. So he was an ally to Pharaoh. Now, Pharaoh, Pharaoh was mad. Apparently, was mad because Rehoboam was on the throne of Judah. So Shishak, which some people are saying it was Ramsey because there's a coronation name and then there's a regular name of each pharaoh. He went and he attacked Judah, and he plundered the temple and took all the treasures away and everything, while Jeroboam's up there probably laughing about it. So, and that's probably why Pharaoh attacked him, because he didn't he wanted his grandkid on the throne and not Rehoboam. But anyways, that didn't happen or anything. But he invaded it, and you know went back, and Rehoboam, he paid tribute and everything. But I think also by the fact that Pharaoh favored and brought in Jeroboam into Egypt, I think maybe it's a speculation, but I think maybe he wanted to put a wedge into the kingdom, break it up, and they become weaker, divide and conquer. That's what I think. And he had an ally with Jeroboam, or the Egyptian trade routes and them guys, and he left Judah out, and Judah was a weaker with two tribes, almost three tribes. They were the weaker of the group. Population wise, territory wise. But anyways, uh, I think that's why Pharaoh's mad at Solomon. And you could read this up in First Kings, and First and Second Chronicles. The second one, it's, chapter 10 has Rehoboam in it, of course. Second Chronicles, chapter, especially let's read like chapter 10 too. I mean, but yeah, that was the thing. I think it was a strategic thing and a smart move on Shishak to put a wedge and divide the mighty kingdom, because before, together and with Yahweh's power, if they was obedient to him, they were invincible. But they weren't exactly conquerors. They just wanted to be left alone, live their lives, worship Yahweh the best they could. It seemed like all these foreign powers always wanted to come in and try to cause trouble with them, even take them over and slave them, like they was enslaved in Egypt before. But yeah, that's just things that some people don't realize. I mean, reading the Bible, sometimes you got to think of psychology involved in some of these moves or happenings or whatever. I mean, but yeah, and then all through the dynasty of Judah, you had a lot of, mostly they were all wicked kings, except two or three. There was a couple of them that did right, or tried, did their best to do right, and that bought them some time, from the wrath and judgment of Yahweh. But now the northern kingdom, with all them kings, they were all wicked. I mean, they were all very, very bad. They threw their babies into fires, Moloch. Oh, I mean, and you'd think, most likely a lot of those Israelis that loved their children and knew it was wrong, or at least I don't know about the worship, but what they most likely, especially a mother, a mommy bear, you know, I think they would probably move out of there and move back to Judah, move down to Judah, so they wouldn't have to, hand over their babies and have them killed, because their parents, they got a love for them, and that's probably what a lot of them did. And that's then they intermingled with the Jewish and Benjaminites and Levites and everything, and that's just something that you know. But it does make I gasp when that stuff went on, and especially with the Israelis. I mean, they grew. Their history was with Yahweh. And after generations, they forgot. They forgot about him. Some of them probably just knew about it and said, "No, we don't want to be told what to do. We want to do everything ourselves." So, but anyways, I just wanted to just give you that little clip and everything. So I just want to say shalom and peace on to all of you. Bye.